Hello students, I wanted to present to you a little quick session of a review from last week's information with regards to the microtubules and the motor proteins. What I wanted to elaborate a little further was on the functions of the kinesins versus the dyneins with regards to anterograde versus retrograde transport. So, just to refresh or to readdress what was covered last time we met, here's a composite illustrating an organelle, and I think we use a vesicle as an example. And that's a good example due to the fact that vesicles do carry neurotransmitters. And let's just write it down here real quick. My focus is going to be on the motor proteins involved with moving the substances from point A to point B. So, let's say this is a neural microtubule, or since it is a neuron, let's call that a neurotubule. Here's a vesicle with a neurotransmitter traveling along. So if the movement of that of those vesicles is from the nucleus to the terminus, then the motor protein involved with that would be the kinesins. Okay, that's the motor protein involved in facilitating the movement of the vesicles from nucleus along these neurotubules within the axon towards the terminus. Now, in terms of opposite direction, in terms of the transport of substances from terminus along the neural tubule back towards the nucleus, in the motor protein involved with that event is going to be the dyneins. Okay. Last time I addressed how a rabies virus can work its way back to the CNS. In other words, you get bit by an animal that's carrying the rabies virus, works its way into your nervous system, peripheral nervous system. It can work its way back to the CNS via retrograde transport. And the motor protein involved with that would be the dyneins. Okay, so again, just a very brief breakdown of the function of kinesins versus dyneins in relation to anterograde versus retrograde transport. The kinesins facilitate the movement, or I should say, is involved in anterograde transport. Dyneins are linked to retrograde. So anterograde is going from nucleus to the terminus, and retrograde is obviously the opposite. Terminus to nucleus. And with their respective, or pertinent, I should say, motor proteins. Kinesins with anterograde and dyneins with retrograde transport. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.